All right. So first story is once my ad blocker says, okay, I'm good. Yeah. Think before you upload. Cyber consultant songs alarm. So here's what he said. Earlier this month, a social media trend skyrocketed where people were posting cartoon versions of themselves created with artificial intelligence. The caricatures were also detailed with specific features about themselves, including their professions and hobbies. Enterprise risk consultant, senior cybersecurity lecturer, and forensic investigator Shiva Parasaram said the problem with this begins with people willingly handing over their information. People are just handing over all of their information because of this trend, and that's where the problem starts. You have something that's trending, everybody jumps on board. He noted that there are people who would not think twice about giving their information to ChatGPT or some other generative artificial intelligence platform since they already have put out a lot of information about themselves on social media. And that's all I'll say there for now. I have a lot of other things in the article. Of course, the articles are always posted underneath in the description. I want to know, I want to discuss, do we care? Well, I know we should care. For sure, we should care. But do enough people care about sharing all of their personal information on the internet to the point where it's like a warning sign, like look both ways before you cross the road, or what else is a common warning that we use? Look both ways before you cross the road. Don't talk to strangers. Yeah, those are the only two that come into mind. Do we care enough to make that such a household term as it stands right now? Akeem, you look like you like nah. So. No, we don't care. What?
Nope.
Like
because so in terms of social media, right? Social media have a design right where in terms of you're posting stuff again, like it become addictive, and that is what driving your whole dopamine, and you create that to you. Some people that is like a big part of their life, and it's linked to the self-esteem and whatever, so if you tell somebody, hey, you need to be careful with where you post versus what they get out on social media, and they probably wouldn't care because it's like, yeah, I'm doing this for me. I like the likes, I like the attention, I like everything. So if you go and tell somebody who the post in the social media, they're not getting no money outside, they're just getting the likes and views. And if you say, hey, you need to be careful with this and that because of your data information, I don't think that person gonna care too much.
I have plenty of analogies, but let me hear what Michaela think first before I jump in. Yeah.
I really think it depends. So I agree with Akeem. I also think it depends on how you contextualize it. So for Cybersecurity Awareness Month last year, I went back to my alma mater, which is Bishops, and I had a discussion with the girls about this same issue, like what you post online and why you should be careful about what you post online. And basically the context was, if an employer or like a university recruiter Googles your name, would you be proud about what they found? And I think that same concept should be applied to AI models in a sense, especially since I fully believe that they're going to use these AI chatbots and all the history to give us personalized ads. We're going to get into that a little later. But I refuse to use it. No. But I think that if people kind of add the context as to why it's bad to give your data to these companies, then it may deter some people from just posting haphazardly. Because me personally, do I necessarily care about my data privacy anymore? Not necessarily, because I know that Google already knows everything that they have to know about me, and it's not even something you can defend against anymore. But I still try to err on the side of caution for personal safety. But yes, it's a kind of desensitization that took many years to happen. Like, it didn't just happen overnight. So when the internet started, everyone was like, don't talk to strangers online, don't post your personal information online. But over like the last 2 decades, it kind of devolved into everyone online is your friend. You can make money about posting your life. If you post your life, you'll get more likes, you'll get more views, you'll be popular. Post everything. Yeah.
That is exactly where I was. The last part you said is where I was going to go. You see the influencer culture?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing I wanted to say, apart from social media, right, you have people that will just willingly go to ChatGPT or these other chatbots and talk to it like a friend or like a therapist. So, and in their minds, they probably think, I'm not putting it out there to the internet. It's just between me and this chatbot, this AI thing. But people will tell it everything about their life, about the business, about work, about family, about this. Go to it for medical advice, finances, So you literally telling ChatGPT more about your life than on social
than a human.
Media. You're not like the average person not going to Instagram or whatever to post the finances or use it as a therapist, but they're literally feeding this and they're probably thinking it private. But on the flip side, Sam Altman already come out and say, as Michaela allude to, that they're gonna start doing ads on the free version.
On the free tier, yeah. All of this he spoke about in the article too. One of the things that he brought up in the article was, remember the time when people was uploading their pictures and they would show you how you would look 50 years later or how you look as an old person or some kind of thing like that. And Facebook was accused of collecting facial images of everybody and they was going to use it for facial recognition and tracking you and all those kind of things, which may be very possible that it is going on because we had to talk about it at the end with respect to Anthropic and Facebook. But you see what you said about the influencer culture, Michaela? Every child and their friend sees being an influencer as a legitimate job right now. Like legitimate job where if career day is coming up, out of a class of 30 people, 10 of them will say, I want to be an influencer. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that was 1 to 2 people. But now, children realize that they could become popular on this thing. And if you become popular on this thing, you could make money because popularity equals money. That's what it comes down to. Which is why back in my day, everybody wanted to be a rapper or R&B singer because that is how it's going to make money. Because MTV and BET and all them things was the places where if you could get into these spaces, become a boy band or something like that, you'll get to that. But now, influencer culture has made us so desensitized to putting up your information. People will be posting their babies, their children, their dog, their sister, their aunt, their granny, vlogging with their mother, talking about their auntie, their teachers, all kind of things. So when Facebook and not just Facebook alone, when Google wants to create that social graph, the amount of ammunition they have to figure out who you are linked with and who you know and who you don't know and who you're with and all them kind of things is almost like they would have to decide. They will have to decide what data they're not going to take. When they have to do like data analysis, you have to find like your outliers and you have to find like data that is useless. So you don't want to waste processing cycles. I feel that's what they're going to have to do because they'll have to tell the AI, see people like this, don't bother to analyze them because we will just get a whole bunch of hogwash because them link with everything and they have nothing that we could get because honestly they're poor and they're not going to buy anything from us. So we have to be able to target the people who have better or higher links because of the way things sharing. And I kind of afraid that the household things that we know about, like don't talk to strangers and be careful the internet and all that thing, all of that disappearing right now. And nobody is putting a check on it. And at some point in time, we'll realize that you have no privacy about anything. Like right now, we don't have any privacy because governments and things could co-opt the information and those sort of things. But I could see the social media companies without any guardrails or without any legislation, in 5 years, they would literally be able to. It had an episode of Black Mirror where they had a chip inside one of the persons who had like some, I can't remember, some sickness or whatnot, and they implanted some of them, and the person became a walking ad because they targeted that person so granularly that they were literally speaking ads out of their mouth because they couldn't afford the pro package. And it will become so granular that advertising and targeting will be, and well, of course with AI and putting it inside any large language model, it becomes so granular. They will know exactly what you want, when you want, how you want it. And the worst part for me is to see insurance. Insurance is the part that I'm concerned about the most. Because if them insurance companies get health data, because you know when they fill out the form and they ask you, do you have this disease? Do you have this? Do you have that? And it's be like, nope. You go and do a blood test at the best point in your life, and then they'll give you the insurance. If them get the information from your fitness tracker to realize that you will make your 10,000 steps for 5 days straight, the insurance premium gonna go up automatically. And you can't lie because the fitness tracker check it. That is where it's gonna start to get crazy, because they will be like, wait, you were asking ChatGPT a lot about cancer recently, but you never disclosed to us that you have cancer. Okay. Your insurance premium gonna go up. That's one of my fear.
So I'm not sure what happened like that, because the way we do ads now, like say if you're looking at the current model, you as an advertiser, you don't get disclose that information, like, you know, unless the insurance company has some, unless the insurance company has some kind of backdoor or some backdoor deal with ChatGPT or something, you know. So that model, you'll be able to target people who have cancer or target people who don't have cancer, because I mean that would be a better client for insurance.
Yeah, but no, they do that already. Like in the States, if you go to a certain hospital and they are able to track that you went to that certain hospital, they're gonna shake you down and ask you why you went there, because that is the hospital that people go by when they need cancer treatment. And then it will basically be the data that they feed into the system to determine if you're eligible for insurance or anything like that already. So it have the physical data already available, the little logbooks and them kind of thing. Insurers just go to these hospitals and check the logbooks to make sure that you were never there, you're never a patient. And there's also do it for like abortions and those sort of things. Just go to the abortion clinics to check to see if you ever checked in. That's why I have certain states that have like different abortion laws and them kind of things. So I think the logic is there. It's just the access to the data isn't there. And why would the access to the data not get there within the next 2 to 3 years? Because money have to be made.
No, they'll get sued. I think they'll get sued into oblivion because of
but that's a good couple of years later.
No,
They'll get sued into oblivion. How?
That's like me going to Facebook and saying, Angie, let me know if Angie had cancer. And it's like, Facebook can't just tell me if Angie had cancer.
What do you know about Facebook for the past 20 years that says that Facebook won't sell that information? You think Mark and them ain't selling that information?
They could ask you you could target people who have cancer, but to say this particular account, this person has cancer, like that going on raise.
But they're not selling the individual people, they're selling the database. They're selling the database of all of the things, all of the data points that they could find, and they're going to take that database and run it through AI and come to their own conclusion, because Mark and them not going to say that the person had cancer. Mark and them going to say, oh, we sold the data to this particular pharmaceutical company, and they ran it through their own AI to come up with their own conclusions. But the social media companies, they will always claim we didn't do nothing wrong. We just collect data.
So the data sets are large enough. So for me, for example, the data sets I will fall into female, under 25, African descent, from the Caribbean, bachelor degree, working under 3 years, play mass, can afford to play mass, has X amount of friends, uses social media X amount of times, is active throughout X amount of time periods. So they have the volume of information they have is large enough that yes, they won't target me by name, but I will be targeted if they're running a campaign specifically targeted to females of African descent, 25 years and under, who could afford to play mass.
And
I will
what
get the app.
if? And what if you went to this might be this isn't really graphic. What if you went to a particular gynecology clinic, and that gynecology clinic sold the client list that they have? Not the client list. They sold an anonymized client list that they didn't send the names of the people, but they sent all of the other characteristics of the person. And then now, company now is able to merge those two databases and find sort of links between the two, and they get a 90, and the AI says, hey, this is a 90%, 96% match that this is Michaela who was at that gynecology clinic. We don't know the name, but everything we know about her from social media and everything that is inside this database here, it matches up. So we're going to call Michaela and find out if she has to not get her medical insurance for anything that's gynecological, whatever it is. Again, that's the reality, and that's the thing that I am actually concerned about, because data sets will be analyzed by AI 1,000 trillion times faster than the data sets that have been analyzed in the 2000s and up to do the ad targeting that we have right now. And if AI is unleashed on those data sets, who knows what they will find, and who knows how the humans will co-opt that information to take advantage of people, because money has to be made. That is.
So we shouldn't be giving the AI our data. Like, why? Some of the pictures that were generated from that trend was so detailed. I just